Hello and good day, dear lads, listeners, and viewers alike. I'd like to thank you all for tuning into this here session as we have a bit of a fruitful discussion at hand. As you know, and in case you're new, I am your host, Sean, and with me as a fellow host would be Ryan. We run the show and we get things up and running just for you lads to take a peek and maybe even stay. Though it's not just our voices you'll be hearing all throughout. That's because we have some fellow guests and experts coming in over to stay with us. They got some stuff prepared and ready for presentation for those of you hungry for some information. Speaking of which, Ryan, you mind giving us a clue about what we's talking about today?
Of course, Sean. Now, without further ado, let's start with our residential expert in our UNSDG 9. Winona, can you tell us what UNSDG 9 is exactly and what's its goals?
Now let's start with some of the key points that SDG 9 addresses. First, we have the lack of infrastructure. Many regions, especially in developing countries like us, struggle with inadequate transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure. This limits access to essential services and hinders economic growth. Next, we encounter industrial inequality. There are significant disparities in industrial growth, which results in unequal access to resources and opportunities. This inequality can stifle progress and perpetuate poverty. Another critical issue is the limited opportunities for innovation and businesses. Without sufficient support for research, development, and entrepreneurship, we miss out on potential advancements and economic diversification. Finally, we face job scarcity, a lack of robust industrial growth and infrastructure that leads to high unemployment rates, particularly affecting marginalized communities. Now, how can SDG 9 help resolve these challenges? First, by promoting investment in infrastructure, we can enhance connectivity and improve access to essential services. This will facilitate economic growth and social inclusion. Second, SDG 9 supports the development of sustainable industries. This not only creates jobs but also promotes equitable economic growth, helping to reduce industrial inequality. Third, by fostering innovation, SDG 9 creates an environment conducive to entrepreneurship. This leads to new business opportunities and drives technological advancements. Finally, building resilient infrastructures and promoting sustainable industries can directly lead to job creation. This addresses unemployment and provides essential skills training to empower the workforce. In conclusion, SDG 9 plays a vital role in addressing infrastructure deficits, promoting industrial equality, enhancing innovation, and creating jobs. By focusing on these areas, we can contribute to broader economic development and social equity, paving the way for sustainable growth. Thank you very much.
Alright, now, Sammy, I got a question for you as well. What's with the whole talk I keep hearing about this, all these rumors that contractors and construction heads are penny pinching their expenses to a T?
First, let's restate the goals of SDG 9. It focuses building sustainable and resilient infrastructures that benefits all. It promotes innovation and inclusive industries which are essentials for economic growth, improving for transportation, healthcare, and also communication. When there's not enough investment, it leads to poor roads, outdated transportation, and limited access to service, which slows down the economic growth in the Philippines. It also means heavy traffic, high costs, and delay of transportation of goods and people.
So, in regards to morality, more specifically Christian morality, this whole talk about infrastructure and its innovations do in fact correlate to our little dance with theology. Most evidently in the handling of funds and the notion of embezzlement. What do you think, lads?
I couldn't have said it any better, Sean. Christian morality plays a big part in our country's development. Faith and hard work go hand in hand. When we think about Christian morality, one of the core principles that come to mind is faith, especially in clear action. And something about faith, we can relate it to infrastructure, no? You need a strong foundation for plans and structures, and that's exactly what faith is. It's a source of strength, something that can keep you grounded, something that can keep you steady. And a thing you can connect with it and roads. It's not only for you, it's for the collective good. It can support communities and industries and what they can give us and do give us as a whole. And hey, when it comes to mishandling funds and embezzlements, Christian morality teaches transparency, you know? They say you can't serve both money and God. If we apply these values to how we manage our infrastructure projects, we will not only build bridges, literally and figuratively, but also trust, which holds everything together like a well structured bridge. And hey, so mix a bit of action and faith together, and well, those reconstructed roads might build themselves a little faster.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Yang. If you guys may, I would love to share my experience too. My journey in applying Christian values began in my community, where I witnessed firsthand the struggles that many face due to a lack of infrastructure. I remember a specific instance when our local church organized a community cleanup and renovation project. This experience taught me the power of compassion and service. We worked together to improve public spaces, fostering a sense of community and responsibility. It reinforced my belief that Christian morality can inspire action and uplift those around us. While in my professional life, I've seen how ethical practices rooted in Christian values can transform industries. One of the challenges I've encountered is the limited opportunities for innovation and entrepreneurship in my community. By fostering an environment of support and collaboration, we created a space where innovative ideas could flourish. This aligns with the principles of SDG 9, promoting sustainable industrialization and innovation. Throughout these experiences, I've learned the importance of stewardship. In our project, we focused on sustainable practices, ensuring that our efforts would benefit our generation and the future. This mirrors the goals of SDG 9, where investing in resilient infrastructure and fostering sustainable industries is essential. I believe that integrating Christian morality into our daily lives is crucial for addressing societal challenges. By embodying compassion, justice, and stewardship, we can make a meaningful impact on issues like infrastructure, inequality, and job scarcity. Together, we can create a more equitable and sustainable world, guided by the principles that inspires us. That would be all. Thank you.
Wow, so those are some very in-depth explanation of how Christian morality topics coincide with this year in SDG. Now, to move on to another topic, I've been wondering about this, but how does the norm of humans being created in God relate to all of this? How does it relate to our UN SDG 9 and our topic today?
Certainly, Ryan. The belief of humans are created in God's image highlights the dignity, value, and responsibility of every person. This connects to the UN SDGs aiming to address issues like poverty, inequality, and environmental harm that undermine human dignity. For SDG 9, which focuses infrastructure, this belief reinforces the duty to build societies that uphold equality and justice. Sustainable infrastructure prioritize human well-being, ensuring advancement benefit rather than exploiting individuals. By promoting inclusive infrastructure, we honor humanity potential and work towards the future where all can thrive with dignity.
I totally agree with you, Sammy. By recognizing humans as created in God's image, we must encourage innovation and creativity where our new ideas can be flourished and our perspectives will be valued. Also, recognizing and rewarding our efforts can motivate us to explore unconventional solutions like drive progress and adaptability. Also enhances problem-solving capabilities that leads to breakthroughs that can significantly impact various fields from technology to the art. As for my experience, as humans, we are called to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and with all your strength. For me, treating all individuals with respect is one of the duties and tasks as a human that serves as the most important thing to do, because that kind of behavior will show how compassionate you are to your peers, and it will show how you treat yourself as well.
Thank you for answering that question as well. Alright, alright, but what about this topic's correlation to how the general norm of humans fundamentally equal but uniquely original? What about that?
Thank you for that, Sean. The norm humans as fundamentally equal but uniquely original emphasizes the inherent dignity of every individual while acknowledging the diverse contributions each one can make. This principle is crucial when addressing societal challenges such as lack of infrastructure, industrial inequality, limited innovation opportunities, and job scarcity, along with the goals of SDG 9. My understanding of this norm deepened during a junior high school project aimed at improving access to clean water in an underserved area. We prioritize the needs of marginalized communities, highlighting the importance of equality in infrastructure and development. In tackling industrial inequality, I have seen how recognizing our fundamental equality can lead to meaningful change. Many individuals face systematic barriers to resources. Advocating for equal opportunities allow diverse perspectives to thrive, enriching our economy. Limited opportunities for innovation are another significant issue. Promoting the idea that everyone has unique ideas fosters creativity. By creating safe spaces for expression, we can encourage new solutions to emerge. Job scarcity remains a challenging in many communities, like a challenging issue. Developing training initiatives that focus on participants' unique strengths can enhance employability, addressing unemployment effectively. Finally, relating to SDG 9, the principles of equality and originality inform our approach to building resilient infrastructure and promoting sustainable industries. Ensuring everyone has a voice creates more effective, inclusive solutions and supports diverse business. In conclusion, embracing the view of humans as equal yet unique is essential for addressing societal challenges. By fostering equitable systems and encouraging innovation, we can progress towards the goals of SDG 9 and create more just and sustainable growth.
That was a splendid dive, Winona. I could not agree more. Many of us do seem to forget that we're all supposed to be equals. We prance around saying it, but when it comes to practice or action, we do tend to lack. We tend to treat ourselves way better than those around us. It's almost like I deserve the best, I deserve better. But when it comes to someone else, God forbid someone else doesn't like, it's almost like, oh, they could handle dealing with less. They can handle receiving less. This really shows when people, especially those in power, political wise, abuse their privileges. They hold many, if not all, advantages and privileges in ways such as societal or financial, and instead of using it to lift those who are disadvantaged, they instead aim to keep the gap wide, surprisingly. Whether it's hogging resources or making decisions that unfairly benefit only a select few, it's there that they forget that in their role, they should be serving those who are below, not just striving to stay on top of them. It becomes a problem in achieving SDGs, especially an SDG like ours, because how can we build a better world if we're not treating each other with the same respect and dignity that we expect for ourselves?
Wow, so those are some very in-depth explanation of how Christian morality topics coincide with this year in SDG Lab. Now, to move on to another topic, I've been wondering about this, but how does the norm of humans being created in God relate to all of this? How does it relate to our UN SDG 9 and our topic today?
Interesting perspective, Ryan. I'll do my best to respond. Philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre argue that human freedom is the ability to make choice and shape one's life, carrying the responsibility to act ethically. This aligns with SDG 9, which promotes resilient infrastructure that in creating environments where people can pursue their goals. On the other hand, behavioralists like B.F. Skinner belief that freedom is often shaped by external influence. His view underscores the need of system that enable positive choice, resonating with SDG9's focus to sustainable infrastructure that supports equality. This way, SDG9 both perspective fostering human freedom through the system of empowering individual growth.
Wow, so those are some very in-depth explanation of how Christian morality topics coincide with this year in SDG Lab. Now, to move on to another topic, I've been wondering about this, but how does the norm of humans being created in God relate to all of this? How does it relate to our UN SDG 9 and our topic today?
Definitely, Ryan. In those parts, we'll look how Christian values influence our personal decision and ethical dilemmas we face in life. What stand out to me is faith, how faith encourages us to be responsible, not just ourselves, but for the well-being of others, especially when we build something as impactful as infrastructures. It's all about making choice that aligns with moral principles like fairness, compassion, and integrity.
To answer your questions and curiosity on my reflections and realizations for today, Ryan, looking back on our discussions, I think I realized that faith and equality are more important roles than we originally thought in how it shapes us addressing issues like infrastructure and development. With SDG 9, it's clear to me now, and hopefully to all of you, that strong foundations, whether they're physical like roads or moral like integrity, are necessary to drive progress, especially in countries with areas and citizens like ours.
Now, for my reflection, I would like to look back at our philosophical discussions. The concepts of infinite responsibilities and human freedom both deeply resonate with UN SDG 9, highlighting the interconnectedness of ethical development and sustainable practices. Infinite responsibilities, as articulated by thinkers like Levinas, emphasize the ongoing obligation to consider the well-being of others and future generations in our decisions, aligning with the SDG 9's focus on inclusive industrialization and resilient infrastructure. This perspective encourages a holistic approach to development that prioritizes social equity and environmental sustainability. Simultaneously, the philosophical notion of human freedom underscores the importance of enabling individuals to pursue their aspirations through access to resources and opportunities, a core aim of SDG 9. Together, these concepts reinforce the idea that true progress involves not only promoting individual autonomy, but also committing to ethical responsibilities that ensure a sustainable and equitable future for all.
Okay, I see the bigger picture now. Thanks in part to our guests and experts. Winona, Sami, thank you for providing us with well-trusted information. And Yang, Jasmine, thank you as well for giving us your view on things. And thank you to every one of you fellows for staying and tuning in to our little podcast of information. We hope to see you lads on the next episode. Bye bye.